All right, we're gonna take a look at making our opponent get to the weak side of the body triangle. So if you had watched the body triangle concepts video that my instructor Rob Bernacki taught that I released on this YouTube channel, that would be kind of at the beginning of this playlist, you know that there's a strong side and a weak side to the body triangle. If Kevin's got the body triangle and we're on the side where his knee is on the ground, this is the strong side. There is no opening here. I can't realistically drive and escape this direction. However, if I can drive him to the other side like this and make his foot plant on the ground here, there's a bullshit little leg lock thing that we can go over. But the main thing from this is that it stops him from being able to open his legs. He gets locked here, and so he's unable to move, and it makes it easier for me to be able to access this leg as like a lever to be able to start creating openings. And then as he tries to move from this position, it's much harder for him to move in ways that doesn't create space. So from here, if he tries to like move himself and adjust his body triangle, I'm gonna be able to start moving my hips to pin his legs. So what we wanna try and do is force him to that side. By forcing him to that side, we either kind of trap him in place and it gives us a better angle to work from and takes away an angle that's dominant really for him, as well as it might make him switch. Like a lot of good guys, when they have the body triangle, they're very good at switching from one direction to the other. So as soon as you start trying to take them to the weak side, they're gonna unlock their legs to switch to the other side, and that's gonna be our best time to try and escape that position. We can drive them over the one way, or we can go the way that we've kind of been working on within the series so far. Kevin's just kind of holding this and trying to drive in. If I can just plant my legs in the base and kind of walk my hips out and then drive myself up and over to this side and trap him here, that's a possibility. It's extremely hard to do against somebody that's very good. What's more likely, if I do manage to drive myself that direction, is that Kevin's gonna start unlocking his legs to switch, so that as I land here, we're still in a strong body triangle, just on the opposite side. So as I drive myself over, I need to just be ready for that switch. So as I start driving myself up, trying to get my legs in play to be able to start kind of trapping this, I can even bring hands in here. Try not to get your arm trapped in the body triangle, but here to push it down, or I just have this knee ready so that, like if you go belly up, yeah, here and lock the body triangle on the same side you had, there. As soon as he starts to open that body triangle, my knee starts to come up. I can either trap him, because now with my knee right here, try and bring your foot out, Kevin. It gets stuck. That slows him down, allows me to start moving my hips out. Or we'll trap him completely so that we land already now on that weak side of the body triangle. Or he opens his legs up enough that now my knee is split between his legs, and now try and lock the body triangle, Kevin. You can't, because my knee is in the way. That takes timing, because I need to be able to generate base off the mat to drive him to the side, while at the same time being ready. So now switch legs. Here, I missed with the other leg, so I had to get this other knee in, the further knee. So now I can catch his leg and start moving into back defense. That's very difficult to do against someone that's really good, especially when they're working on hooking that body triangle behind your one leg. So for me, what I typically do is I like to drive over the way that we've kind of been going, risking belly down, but we're not going belly down, because if you let your hips fall flat, you're dead. If you get belly down with someone in back control on you, like that is about the worst position you can be in a fight, especially if we're looking at the context of like MMA and self-defense. The body triangle doesn't have good base in this direction, where here he could just plant even his right leg on the mat here to an extent, so if I drive a little bit, his foot's gonna hit the mat. It's gonna be very difficult to move. We're already working on trying to do that Kyotera defense where I'm here and going like this. So if I'm here and he's really hooking the back of my leg and I feel like I can't do anything from here, I gotta put my knee on the mat and I gotta roll to the other side, but not letting my hips fall like this. Now I'm on the weak side, and if he was hooking my foot, now it's trapped on the other side here. And that's where like that leg lock can happen, where I have to have my knee pit over top of his ankle here, planting my foot on the mat, so I'm gonna be able to start bridging in. I take this elbow to start pushing his knee outwards like this to externally rotate his hip further. I continue to bridge to drive a lot of pressure into his ankle, which then also ends up going into his knee. So let's just change the angle here. So my knee hooks over top of his foot. I'm trying to get his ankle as deep as I can to the knee pit. So as we've dropped onto this side, I gotta protect myself from this choke, because don't be this idiot that just thinks that this is gonna override a choke. High level competition, someone will take a pop on their knee. If he's got me to make a choke, and it's a race right now, I'm gonna lose that battle. Protect still. This cross arm has got that V grip at the wrist, protecting from the killing hand. From here, this elbow is opening his knee up like this. It can even be the hand if you had enough space to do so. For me, because I'm lanky as hell, typically I just use my elbow. And what we're just looking at doing is planting both feet, curling down into the ankle and hipping out this direction, not up. The direction his ankle and knee are clasped together like this. And where are you feeling that pressure, Kevin?
My knee.
Yeah, right down in the knee. I'm not expecting to get a tap from this. But what's gonna start happening is as I try and hook his leg here, he's gonna frantically start trying to kick his leg out. And as he's trying to kick that leg out, I start shifting my angle, bringing my hip over top of his leg, or at least, like we talked about in the first video, changing this angle so that now my hips are pointing up towards his knee. Someone who's good at the body triangle will know what's about to happen, and they'll start bailing as we start going belly down. We're not going belly down. I'm not going like this. We are lifting our hips to go into that first defense, and as it fails, I'm driving my knees down to the mat like this. See how my hips actually stay up the whole time? So I can comfortably roll. It creates less surface area on the ground so I can move more freely, as well as keeps my hips up so I can use the momentum on my hips being up in the air and then dropping my hips down to generate momentum. Never, ever end up belly down. But if I'm here and I'm defending this, so even here on the strong side where it's not good, I'm here, I'm really defending this killing hand. I'm lifting myself up. I'm trying to look for this. If I can catch it, great. We stop, we just keep defending from here. Here he's got that body triangle really tight. He's trapping this leg and I can't really make contact. I can't even generate base just off of this leg. I just gotta find the right spot to be able to lift myself and roll myself through. Now from here, I keep this leg hooked and I start looking at perform that little bullshit leg lock, but I know that he's gonna start bailing from this, and as he's bailing from it, I'm not just defending back control and looking to improve my position. So that is the 3 steps that I've really been liking connecting together, because it allows me to keep driving with one direction, with one main goal. The earlier stages that you can free up the body triangle, the better. Obviously, try and prevent somebody from even locking up a body triangle in the first place, but back control is the most dominant position in jiu-jitsu. This is extremely difficult. Just because you watch this on YouTube and then you end up trying it and you fail, I still have limited success with this when a black belt gets on my back and has back control, because they know what to do from this. I have fewer options than they do when it comes to being able to escape versus their attack and offense. So it's gonna be a long journey to try and get out from there, but you screwed up a long time ago. And so these are just a few ideas to hopefully make you guys have a higher chance of being able to escape the body triangle.